In a world drowning in ambition and neon, a whisper lingers in the static air. Your life is left with 17 days, 7 hours, 6 minutes, and 43 seconds. Do you want to buy? Because in this world, time is not borrowed, it's purchased. His coat flutters in the moonlight, gaze fixed on something far beyond the horizon. He's not just a man. He's a merchant of something far greater than gold. In a single, swift motion, his fist clenches with unwavering resolve. A glint of golden light arcs through the air, cutting the silence like a blade. Sheeing, the chain spirals upward, weightless yet heavy with purpose, and then, flash. A pocket watch gleams in midair, its polished surface catching the light of fate itself. Tick by tick, something has begun. And time is no longer just ticking, it's moving. Then, a voice, cold and deliberate. Rong Yiyu. His grin is laced with malice. Eyes glowing. Like he's seen the end before it's even begun. The game has started. And his target has no idea what's coming. Night has fallen. The stars shimmer faintly beyond the treetops, and the mansion stands solemn, silent, bathed in moonlight. Golden light spills from the windows like whispers in the dark. Something is happening tonight. Inside the grand estate, the staff move like clockwork. Elegant, precise, unaware. The chandeliers glisten. Footsteps echo down marble stairs. But serenity masks the storm that brews just beyond these gilded walls. Beep, beep, beep. The steady pulse of a monitor echoes softly. A fragile reminder of life hanging by a thread. Rong family of Dingai, Shenzhen. This name carries weight. Legacy, power, and now, the rhythm of that legacy flickers, threatening to flatline. Fate stands by the bedside, waiting. Just a few heartbeats more. Surrounded by men in silence, he lies still, his breath shallow, his time nearly gone. A great man who dedicated his life to the country. The room holds its breath. Doctors, soldiers, and shadows of power all bear witness. This isn't just the end of a man. It's the passing of a titan. A legacy, now trembling on the edge of silence. The doctor removes his stethoscope slowly, and lowers his head. Mr. Wrong. A pause. A breath. Everyone, his voice trembles. Not from fear, but from the weight of the moment. The room already knows. But hearing it aloud makes it real. A chapter has closed. And the future now shifts in its silence. Their faces fall into shadow, shock, sorrow, and disbelief etched into every line. The Lord may not make it tonight. The words hang in the air like a storm cloud, thick with finality. No one speaks. No one moves. Because in that moment, every second feels like it could be the last. He lies there, silent, still, but not forgotten. Age, 98 years old, 98 years of strength, struggle, and sacrifice, etched into every wrinkle, every breath drawn through the hiss of the oxygen mask. A man at the end of his journey, but whose shadow still stretches far into the future. The door slams open, loud, sudden, sharp. No warning. No knock. Just an eruption of tension breaking into the quiet room. Someone has arrived. And they're not here for pleasantries. All eyes snap to the door, shock, tension, silence. Someone unexpected just walked in. A silhouette bursts through the doorway, light flaring behind like a halo of power. His lifespan. Not a greeting, a declaration. He steps forward, calm, deliberate. Remain. The room freezes. Every word echoes like a command. 2 minutes and 9 seconds. He says it with a smirk. Like death itself runs on his schedule. Guns up. No hesitation. They open fire. Clean, swift, lethal. He lifts the watch, eyes gleaming. Choose to double your time. No tricks. No riddles. Just the offer, and the ticking clock. Guns drawn. Voices rising. Who are you? How did you come in? Panic sets in. No one knows what they're dealing with. Time halts. A giant clock looms behind him. 100 times. Not just a deal, a miracle. Reality fractures, light bends, sound distorts, time obeys. Frozen mid-action. Guards caught in a moment they can't escape. Time has stopped, but he's still moving. Guns float, motionless. The room watches in disbelief. What? What is going on? Time has broken, and so has their understanding of reality. What superpower is this? Who are you? Oops. It seems I scared you. Rest assured, I just paused them temporarily. Confused and shaken, the man speaks with caution, trying to understand the power he just witnessed. Temporarily. What is your business? As the air thickens, a silent realization strikes them both. Something unnatural just happened. They freeze, mid-step, as if caught in a current of time standing still. He blinked, and the man was already by the bedside. When did he get there? In an instant, time didn't pass, it jumped. With elegance and precision, he placed a hand on his chest and spoke, "Mr. Wrong. Please allow me to introduce myself first. A calm before the storm, or the eye within it?" The man on the bed blinked through fear and confusion. "My last name is Lee. You can call me Mr. Lee." With a confident smirk and eyes veiled by glasses, he continued, "I am a businessman, wandering the world, but what exactly was he selling?" With poise and a smile, he stepped forward into the dim light of the room. "I have only one product." He paused, letting the tension rise. "That is, a salesman of something far more precious than gold." He leaned in, glasses flashing with intent. "Time, just one word. Enough to freeze the room and shake the dying man to his core." 10 days ago, beneath the cold, indifferent glow of the full moon, the story began to change. The city never sleeps, and beneath its shimmering towers, deals are struck, lives are altered, and time itself becomes a commodity. A message from Saint Mother lights up his screen. "Son, if the pressure is too much, let's quit. We used all our savings. 700,000 yuan. We'll buy a home in the city. Just come back. A sacrifice born of love, but is it enough to rewrite a future?" In the towering shadows of Demon Capital, ordinary people are far too small. We're like ants, struggling just to survive in this vast, merciless city. Each step forward feels like a fight against the inevitable. For the sake of a dream, I stayed. In this international financial metropolis, I stayed without hesitation. Even when the cost was everything, the dream was worth the price. I want to realize my ambitions, to rise, to matter, to shine. But, unfortunately, I am not the protagonist of this world. In this city, dreams drown beneath neon lights and nameless crowds. This city doesn't care. This society is cruel, and will never reward effort fairly. Even when you give it your all, it just watches you vanish in the crowd. And then came the scream that broke the silence of conformity. "I don't want to live a life like this." He looked up at the towering skyline, a sea of glass and steel that had swallowed his youth. But in that moment, he refused to drown. The rhythm of the city echoed with panic. Too late. Too late. Every hurried step thudded like a heartbeat. One chasing after time that refuses to wait. The city doesn't slow down for anyone. Excuse me, in the chaos of rush hour, dreams and dignity get shoved aside just to keep up with the race. A man collided with Xiao Shu in the middle of the crosswalk. No apology, no glance back. "Hey. You hit me," Xiao Shu shouted after him, his voice sharp with frustration, a vein bulging at his temple, but the man kept running. Xiao Shu froze. A golden clock flickered in his eye, its hands ticking, impossibly real. What? Time had just changed, and only he seemed to see it. In an instant, Xiao Shu saw it. A glowing display hovering above the stranger. Name: Qian Su. Age: 36 remaining time. 3 seconds. His breath caught. What is this? A countdown to death. Only he could see. The numbers changed again. Only 2 seconds left. Xiao Shu stared, frozen, remaining life. 2 seconds. He wasn't just seeing time. He was watching it vanish. 1 second left. Xiao Shu's eyes widened, a single drop of sweat trailing down. What is happening? Qian Su marched ahead, oblivious to the glow consuming him from behind. Time had just run out. And then, zero. A screech. A blur of red steel. Qian Su was airborne before he even knew he was dead. Xiao Shu froze. Breath caught mid-gasp. As the city swallowed the sound and the sky loomed indifferent overhead. Papers scattered like fallen leaves. Blood soaked the crosswalk. Qian Su's hand twitched once. Then nothing. Call the police. Someone shouted. Ambulance. Cried another. But Xiao Shu stood frozen. The world around him spinning. And everything suddenly too loud, too fast, too real. Xiao Shu stood stunned. Eyes wide, breath stolen. His mind reeling. Ahead, the crowd swarmed the scene. Strangers pressed together in morbid curiosity. Drawn like moths to the flame of tragedy. But Xiao Shu couldn't move. Not yet. Not after what he had just seen. As Xiao Shu scanned the crowd, glowing red text hovered above each person. Names, ages, and countdowns. Xiao Shu. 9 years. 15 weeks. Cheng Shu. 31 years and 7 days. His breath caught. He could see it. The exact time each person had left. His eyes widened in disbelief. He could actually see their lifespan. Xiao Shu clutched his head, reeling from what he just witnessed. His breath was shallow. Sweat poured down. What exactly is going on? Is it an illusion? He stared into his own reflection, his wide eyes trembling. He didn't have an answer. Xiao Shu stared at his palm, stunned. A golden pocket watch glinted under the city lights. He had no idea how it got there. How did this get in my hand? A pocket watch? His eyes locked onto its ticking hands, dread rising with each tick. Xiao Shu flipped open the pocket watch, his eyes wide with confusion. Suddenly, the city around him distorted, pixelating, warping, as if reality itself had begun to unravel. Xiao Shu lifted his hand slowly, watching droplets hang motionless in the air. The rain had stopped. The world around him was frozen in place. Every passerby, every motion, suspended like a paused video. Xiao Shu blinked in disbelief. Had he just paused time? Xiao Shu looked around cautiously, tension tightening his shoulders. Everything was eerily still. Time truly had stopped. He hesitated for a moment, then reached forward with a trembling hand. The air felt heavy, unreal. His fingers inched closer to the man's frozen frame, testing the impossible. The moment Xiao Shu's fingertip made contact, a blinding spark pulsed outward. A strange force, like vines of energy, coiled around his hand. And then, something was pulled from the man's body. Red streaks followed in its wake. His eyes locked onto the glowing digits, hovering in the air like a countdown. Name: Zheng Xiaoshen. Age: 42. Remaining life: 31 years, 78 days, 112 hours, 66 minutes, 1 second. Xiao Shu stared, stunned. He could now see the precise lifespan of others, in terrifying detail. Just moments ago, Zheng Xiaoshen had over 31 years left. Now, 31 years, 76 days, 2 hours, 40 minutes, 29 seconds. Xiao Shu's eyes widened. His life got shorter. Something, or someone, was draining time. Xiao Shu stares in horror at his hands. Green energy vines wrap around his fingers, pulsing with life. He gasps. Did I just take someone's time? The realization begins to sink in. A surge of panic and instinct overtakes him. Xiao Shu throws out his hand. The green threads whip forward, tearing through the air like vines of time itself. His breathing is sharp, his stance firm. He doesn't know how he did it, but he did. A pulse of green energy cracks through the air, surging straight toward the frozen girl. Her form flickers in distorted light, eyes wide in silent terror. She can't move. She can't scream. Time itself holds her captive. The beam strikes. A blinding burst of green energy explodes from her chest. Her eyes widen in shock, frozen in a scream she can't release. Time stands still, but death moves forward. Name: CB June. Age, 26. Remaining life, 9 years, 15 days, 3 hours. Now, just 12 minutes. A lifetime. Reduced to moments. Whatever power he just unleashed, it doesn't just pause time, it steals it. CB June. Age, 26 years old. Her time, 9 years, 15 days, 3 hours. Now down to just 40 minutes. That attack drained her lifespan. Not just power, but life itself. Cheng Xiaoshen stares at his hand, stunned. Then, a wicked grin forms. Ha ha ha. It seems that I have acquired an amazing ability. The timid man has awakened to something far more dangerous. Cheng Xiaoshen clenches his fist, a twisted smirk on his face. Time is under my control. The power to steal life now rests in his hands. As Cheng Xiaoshen gazes toward the city skyline, power pulsing in his veins, one thought burns in his mind. This is an opportunity to change destiny. And destiny is about to be rewritten. A chance to break the cage, the weight of fate, shattered by his own hand. I can control time, and even manipulate people's lifespan. As the world moves unaware, he walks among them, rewriting fate with every step. How many people in this city fight for fame and fortune? He raises a card, a smirk on his face. Time start. The game begins. But only he holds the clock. Basically, all of this. It's time. As the city stretches endlessly beneath the sky, one truth becomes clear: time is power. And he holds it now. Time is the fairest thing. It's given equally to everyone. But the value each person creates within that same time is vastly different, and that difference? That's where power lies. I will become a time merchant. One who can trade time, and control the life of anyone. At that time, all the elites in the world will be crazy for me, because I control the one thing they can never buy: time.